So hello everyone, my name is Shtelmakh, and today we are looking at some events that have been unfolding in Kyiv, Ukraine lately, and to be precise, the visit of 4 world leaders to our country on May the 10th. They are Prime Ministers of Poland and the United Kingdom, Donald Tusk and Keir Starmer, President of France Emmanuel Macron, and the Chancellor of Germany Friedrich Merz. This visit has incredible energy, and it is the coalition of the willing, a determined group of powerful leaders of Europe that came to Ukraine, to our capital, the next day after their crazy bravado parade on the Red Square. These leaders arrived to say, "We're still with you," and they demonstrated their determination by demanding a full and unconditional ceasefire for 30 days from Russia.
Yes, sir. Very good to see you.
Following their coalition of the willing meeting in Kyiv, leaders held a phone conversation with US President Donald Trump and confirmed Ukraine's readiness for a full ceasefire starting on May 12th, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha said on May the 10th. Sybiha emphasized that Ukraine and its allies are ready for a full, unconditional ceasefire on land, in the air and at sea for at least 30 days beginning on Monday, May 12th. He added that if Russia agrees and effective monitoring is in place, this ceasefire could lead to peace talks and confidence-building measures. Tougher sanctions and increased widespread military support for Ukraine are stated as levers of power against the Kremlin, not to allow Russia move in with some unbearable conditions for ceasefire once again. President Zelensky considers that this really tough economic pressure will make Russia abide by the ceasefire and allow for space and time to develop a comprehensive peace deal for lasting peace. If Russia refuses to comply with a full unconditional ceasefire, then new sanctions should target its energy and banking sectors, Zelensky warned. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk echoed this stance, affirming that Russia would face a new wave of sanctions if it disregards the proposal. He highlighted the importance of close coordination with Washington to ensure the effective diplomatic pressure. In the face of mounting frustration over Washington to ensure effective diplomatic pressure, Trump also called for a 30-day ceasefire on May 8th, warning that non-compliance would lead to further sanctions from the United States and its partners. To date, Moscow has only proposed limited temporary ceasefires around holidays like Easter and their Victory Day, proposals which Zelensky has dismissed as performative, citing ongoing Russian attacks along the front lines. Kremlin spokesperson Peskov, speaking on ABC News on May the 10th, said Russia opposed the 30-day ceasefire plan, claiming it would unfairly benefit Ukraine. Well, nobody doubted that decision. Russian dictator Vladimir Putin proposed to resume direct talks with Ukraine already this Thursday, May 15th, in Istanbul, closely after that. Both Macron and Zelensky replied to these claims. "This is the first step, but it is not enough," said Macron, and Zelensky commented, "This is a good sign that the Russians are finally thinking about ending the war. The first step is really ending any war is a ceasefire." Donald Trump seems to be encouraged by this news too. Now you can see on the screen what he was about to say. Notably, he hopes that the bloodbath will come to an end soon, and they will be able to rebuild and trade afterwards. And now I would like to quote analytics by a very skillful and knowledgeable commentator who now lives in Israel, but has deep research on Russian imperial politics and usually makes prognoses based on his inputs. And here's what he is about to say. There are all sorts of bad signals about a possible Russian attack on the Baltic states. The media write about the strengthening of bridges towards Estonia. OSINT researchers note that new equipment produced by Russia has almost stopped appearing on the Ukrainian front. Perhaps it is being stockpiled for something else. Geostrategists say that there will be no better time to chop a land corridor to Kaliningrad. Russia has already maximized its military industry, while Europe has not yet. He also notes that the bridgehead for a future invasion could be Belarus, but as for now, Lukashenko did not allow to use the territory of Belarus as a bridgehead to invade NATO countries, as it was in 2022 when Russian forces launched an invasion against Ukraine from the territory of Belarus and marched towards Kyiv. And in future, depending on which of their parties, Belarusian or Muscovite, will win the heritage of Lukashenko, the same will be the result, whether Belarus will openly join any war. As of now, our Baltic friends are collecting military might. First HIMARS launchers have arrived in Estonia. There's a permanent German force, notably the 45th Panzer Brigade of the Bundeswehr in Lithuania, which is around 4,800 personnel now. And to finish our today's videos, some shots of military exercises in NATO newcomers, notably in Finland. Forest warfare, accuracy, and rapid refueling directly from the highway of British Apache attack helicopters, so that everyone remembers what happens if you attack the land of forest and swamps once again.